Hello, Molly. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Esmail. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks.
Good.
Good day so far.
Yeah, it's been good, thank you. Nice and relaxing Sunday for me, but how about yourself?
For me, as like today is a holiday.
Yeah,
This is the last day in Ramadan, and tomorrow we will have like an Eid. It's kind of we're celebrating that day after Ramadan.
yeah,
So yeah, today for me it's a holiday. So I
nice.
didn't do anything so far.
That's
Yeah.
always a good time for holiday.
Yeah. So, like I know that you've been in different countries and you like
Mm.
traveling. So, would you mind telling me which countries you've been to?
Yeah, of course. When I was younger, me and my family, we would always go to France. That was like the main and only place we went to was like the south of France. I haven't got a lot of memories because I was so young, but I've got like a couple where I was in La Rochelle and it was very nice family friendly place and really lovely. And then like as I grew up, I went to Switzerland with a group called the Guides, which is basically I'm not sure if you've got anything similar, but basically it's between the ages of like 9 and 15 girls get together and they learn essential skills about growing up, and it's almost like a camp, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I was about.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
go ahead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was about to tell you that like kind of camp is special for girls. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah, and I know it's definitely like really popular in like America as well. We sort of got something similar in England, and we got to go to Switzerland, and that was incredible. That was my first time where I was like shocked by the country because it was just so stunning and clean
Wow.
and clean like England's filthy. It's not, but like Switzerland know how to look after its landscape.
Yeah.
And then my first trip abroad via a plane was to Turkey, and I was
Wow.
so scared on the plane. 'Cause I've never been on one
When
before.
was it?
This was, oh my gosh, 11 years ago. Yeah, 11
Wow.
years ago. I was 15. I screamed on the plane because I was so scared, because I didn't know what a plane was like when I was 15 years old. But it was so
Yeah.
much fun. And then I feel like in England, there's two types of people, like people who really want to go traveling like long term, which is what my sister did. I lived in Spain and I was like, okay, I have to travel more. So then I went to Italy by myself, and then me and my friend went to Amsterdam by ourselves. I went back to Spain, and then I lived in Cyprus for some time. And yeah,
Wow.
it's been
So hold
amazing.
on, hold on. So you've been in Turkey,
Yeah,
Switzerland, France, Italy, Cyprus, Spain.
yeah.
What's more? Like about 6 or 7 countries.
Yeah, I feel like there's some more, but I've just forgotten. Like, oh, I drove like through Germany, but I don't think I can count that. But
Uh-huh.
I drove through Germany and Belgium. That was like to get in and around Switzerland, but I haven't really visited them yet. Like, actually traveled around like through them. But yeah, that's on the plan this year, though.
Yeah, yeah. So like your first trip abroad was in Turkey. So how was your experience there? Like what do you remember about it? Did you like it? You didn't like it?
Yeah, I remember everything, everything. Because like
Wow.
I went to France before. I went to Switzerland, but this is my first time where it was like not, it wasn't a long haul journey, it was 4 hours, but it was still further away I've been before, and it was like a completely different culture compared to like France and Switzerland. And I remember like loving it. Like, just the people were incredible, and just like the culture, like the food, and like the religion, everything was just so welcoming. So I went to an area called Olu, and like Fethiye, and it was
Mhm.
beautiful. I remember it being really hot. It was like 40 degrees Celsius as my first
Wow.
experience of heat that high.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was beautiful, and like it was a really nice family friendly hotel. Went the next year, and I just loved it. It was nice to go somewhere where it was completely different to where I've been before. And yeah, I do love Turkey. I would love to go back. To be fair, yeah.
Really, really amazing. I like Turkey so much. Actually, it's kind of mixture between the Western and Eastern
Yeah,
culture.
exactly, yeah. Have you been to Turkey?
No, unfortunately, no. But I think, like, yeah. I'm not lucky yet. So,
You definitely have
but
to
like, I
go.
think I will visit it very soon. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's one of my plans actually to
Yeah.
live in Turkey, or at least to have a vacation there. Yeah.
Nice, definitely do it.
Hmm.
It's, oh, beautiful. I can't even, like, oh, so sunny.
So, like, I've noticed some of British friends. It seems if they would not like visit Cyprus and Spain, so they can't be British. I feel that,
Yeah.
like, why exactly? Why Cyprus and Spain? All British people visit those countries.
You know what? I don't know. I feel like with Spain, because fair, most of the time it offers cheap holidays, so that's naturally why people,
Uh-huh.
I think, just go there. And it's like
Hmm.
it's only 2 hours away, so it's especially good for families with like kids and stuff. And some areas are really touristy and have like karaoke and English pubs, and it's very comfortable like for us to go there. And there's other places where it's very like local and very Spanish, and some people love that. With
Hmm.
Spain has always been a long-term favorite thing. Cyprus, there's a lot of British expats that now live in Cyprus. I think I don't know why it's so pop. I know why it's so popular. It's an amazing country. Like, I loved living there, but I don't know the reason why it's
Hmm.
become so popular for tourism. Like, in particularly, it can be quite cheap as well. It's stunning location, and the people are also so friendly. I think that's why people go back, because like the Cypriots, whether you're in like the Greek Cypriot side or the Turkish side, they're also lovely, and they'll take you in like they're your family. And that's probably one of the reasons why everyone goes back. And it's just,
Hmm.
it's a beautiful country, like so nice. And like
Yeah.
you got Paphos on the east, oh, south, east, wait, no, on the west. Oh my gosh, on the, wow, my bad. Oh, I was thinking, wait. I was thinking, where is it? I got confused. I had to remember.
Uh-huh.
So on the
Yeah.
west, there we go. And I was thinking, wait. And you got like Ayia Napa and Protaris on the east, which is where I lived. And that was,
Hmm. Yeah, so I get it now, because, like, Egypt also, like, it's for Russian and Ukrainian people, and for some other nationality,
yeah,
it's their first destination.
yeah,
Because it's very cheap, a lot of good scenery, the nature there, the sea, so they have a lot of activities. So
yeah,
yeah. So they consider it like in their priorities. Yeah, so
yeah.
I got it. So being in different countries, and most of them in Europe, so did
Mm.
you experience any culture shock, or do you think like it's like all European culture like are similar?
I definitely thought traveling in different cities in Europe, it would be exactly the same culture. I think that's me being naive, and it's so not. I was so I thought that it'd be the same feeling even when I was 20. I thought, oh, every European city is the same, and it's really not. Like, it's crazy. I think especially like many things. So the food, the people have different mannerisms. So I found that in Spain, people are super friendly and open. They say yes to everything. They'll invite you out. They're very sociable. But in terms of like customer service in restaurants, they don't really ask you how your food's going. Like, they don't ask a lot of questions. Where in England, we almost ask too many questions. We're like, is your food okay? Do you want anything else? Do you want this? Do you want that? And Spain's very chilled in that way. But in Amsterdam, people were, one, the architecture is completely different and also really stunning. Also, the people can be really nice and friendly or really blunt, and there was no
Ah, no,
in
in the middle, no
between.
middle. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was there like, wait, do you like me or no? I think that's why like Europe's so great, because like you don't get the same thing twice. It's like, when I went to Rome, I thought it'd be the exact same as Barcelona, but it wasn't. It was completely different, and I had really big culture shock there, because I went to visit the Colosseum, and from the pictures, it looked like the Colosseum was in a massive field, like on the outskirts of Rome in the countryside, and it's not. I was on my Google Maps in the city centre, and it said if I looked left round this corner, there'd be the Colosseum, and it was. And I was thinking, how is the Colosseum, this massive ancient landmark, just in between all these buildings? It didn't like. add up to me. And I was in shock for 5 minutes thinking,
No,
it doesn't
what
make
is
it doesn't make
that?
sense. Like, if that was in England, that would not make sense. If I had like the Colosseum outside my window, it would look stupid. It wouldn't work in England, but in Rome, it somehow works, but it's super weird, but I love it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's so
And
strange.
and between all those countries, which countries you like the most?
I'm biased because I have to say Spain because I live there. So
Mhm.
I'm not counting it, but it is my favourite. I think my favourite country and city has to be Rome in Italy because I'm like the coolest people. I would love to do a train journey from the north to the south of Italy. That's my goal. I think Italy's definitely like my favourite. Do you have like a favourite city or country?
For me, like Turkey. For me, it's the best
Yeah,
kind because we share a lot of like similarities in our culture. Also,
yeah,
that mixture that I told between the Western and Eastern culture. It's kind
yeah.
of historical country. A lot of historical places.
Mm,
Like I feel like yeah, I like to be there. Like I wish to be there. So for me,
yeah.
like yeah, Turkey is the best.
Oh, nice. Definitely do.
Yeah,
It's so good.
mhm. Of course, there are a lot of countries, beautiful countries actually.
Mm,
But for me, like I didn't travel a lot. Just I've been in one country
yeah,
twice,
nice.
so I don't have like that experience to know which country is the best. But like
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, through the internet. So I like Turkey. Like I'm a big fan of it.
yeah. No, it's definitely there's so many things to do there, and I think I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, but there's a place called Cappadocia, I think, and it's the place where the
Yeah,
hot air
those the
balloons.
mountains and those
Yes,
balloons. Yeah,
it
yeah,
looks
yeah, yeah, yeah.
great. Like I don't want to go up in
It's
one
stunning.
because I
Yeah.
will faint and I hate heights, so I'm not going up in one. But I would love to just see it. And there's another
And you
one
were so
where it's
young.
like, yeah, and there's one like where it's like on the mountain. I'm not sure it's on the mountains, but it's like it must be on the edge of a mountain or something. But they've got it's like little like massive bits of rock and steps
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
but it's like little individual pools. I'll send you it after at some point, but it's just insane. Like where do these little rock pools come from and why are there so many? And it's like a
Mhm.
natural water feature, and I'm thinking, wow, like that's epic.
Yeah, it is, yeah. And do you usually travel alone or you prefer to have a companion or you were always with your family?
I travel alone. I do travel with my family a lot when I was younger, and actually I went on a trip with my family recently to Barcelona, and that was so much fun. Like we had the best time, and I think you do things with other people that you wouldn't do by yourself. So you have really cool memories. But I've traveled mainly alone. I've done that to
Like, do you
Barcelona.
prefer that or you mean like you didn't have any choice?
I like both because when I've
Uh-huh.
travelled alone, I've also met a really cool bunch of people. So when I went to Rome the second time by myself, I met there's a typical thing in England where girls we always go to the bathroom together, and you will always meet other girls in the toilet, especially when you have had even like when you've had a drink or someone's had going on a date, you'll meet strangers in the toilet and you become best friends with them. It's just something that British girls do. I don't know what it is. And I went to the like my hostel bar's toilet, like bathroom, and I met this girl called Alex in there. And I was like, I like your top shred. I like your skirt. I can't remember. And we became really good friends. And we met this
Wow.
American girl and then two other girls, and we all explored Rome together, and it was so much fun. And I thought I wouldn't have done that if I didn't go alone.
Mhm. You
I
know,
think
some
that yeah,
people yeah, some people said that like the best friends that you can meet while you're traveling, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Like all my friends are in different places abroad, so it's hard to meet up with them. But I like it, and you get to do different stuff, and I loved it. But I think now I've travelled alone, I do want to do it with other people now. Like I do definitely prefer it. So this year I think I'm going to Paris for the first time with my friends, and I said to them, let's go away for New Year's Eve, let's just do something. And I would definitely travel alone again. I would easily do it again. But I like to be with someone. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mm,
being a girl and traveling alone in
yeah.
that early age, what concerns you, or what was like
Uh,
some worries or what?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, nothing. I mean, I'm not naive. I know things happen, and so I'm very careful. And I know as long as I've done as much as I can't worry about it. I can be aware of stuff like in Barcelona, like it's known to have lots of pickpockets and people
Yeah.
will steal some stuff, and I knew that, and it's something that everyone is so worried about. But I said I was there for a year and a half and I never got robbed. Then you get
Hmm.
that in England. You get that like everywhere. So I thought, as long as you're careful, you can't spend your whole life worrying about it because then you won't do stuff. And I think, you know what, when things happen, that's like someone else's problem, and then you've got to deal with the consequences if they do it. And it's
Hmm.
like, so I don't try and think about things too much. I'm like, you know what, if I thought about things too much, I wouldn't do it, and I just like waste my time.
Yeah, like if you become
Yeah.
so aware about that and worry, so like you can't enjoy your journey, like you have to be,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, by your nature. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. It's like one time,
Hmm.
like unfortunately, I did get my drink spiked when I was in Barcelona, but I didn't drink a lot that night. I was sure I was sober, but I just got very unlucky, and someone wasn't very nice. And but I knew it was happening before I lost any memory, and so I made sure I said to my friends, "Drinks been spiked, take me home," which they did. And people went to me, after up, they're like, "Oh, are you scared now because of like being alone out there?" I said, "No, I'm not, because if anything, England has a really bad reputation for it, especially recently. And these things happen. Like I was as careful as I could be, and even
Hmm.
like bed bugs. I got bed bugs in Rome, and I didn't care. Like I think when you
Yeah.
stay in hostels, like that's the risk you take
What did you
sometimes.
lose? What did you lost?
So I had bed bugs, so I got bitten everywhere. And the hostel, they were really good. They refunded my whole trip. They washed all my clothes. They gave me like free drinks and food for the rest of the week. And I still went back and stayed at the same hostel. And everyone was like, "Why?" I thought, because that's probably like one case out of 1,000 they get. I don't know. Like I don't want to stop it from, and they handle that so well. So that's what I'm basing that off of. So
Hmm.
I'm not gonna put it down to bad experience because then I get more bad memories, which there are none of. So I
Hmm.
just don't care.
Yeah, yeah. So, in general, like, what you didn't like about your traveling experience, like in general about those countries, what things you didn't like about?
It's a good question. I think just traveling, like just to travel, like getting there in general, like transport and stuff, and is always going to be a pain. Nothing in Spain. I've got nothing bad to say about Spain. Italy. Oh my gosh! Over my first trip, I got on a coach from the airport to my hostel to the centre. Oh my gosh, Italy! Like the driving over there is scary. There's just
Yeah.
like they're very, I don't want to say anything mean, but they're very carefree, and the coach driver drove really fast and was going over bumps, and I was holding onto my seat for dear life, and like I thought there's no rules out there, so I didn't really enjoy that. um,
Yeah.
yeah, Cyprus, there wasn't anything bad that I didn't like enjoy apart from like the food. There's not a lot of dairy-free options, which I can't have. All the cockroaches, no, yeah, the cockroaches
Oh
in
wow.
Cyprus.
Everywhere,
They're
everywhere.
huge. They're
Yeah.
huge. They're horrible. And I had ants in my room. Oh no. So definitely like the insects.
Hmm.
Turkey, nothing bad at all. Amsterdam, I was scared to walk anywhere because you've got cyclists in every direction, you've got segways, you've got trams, you've got people on motorbikes riding on the pavement, like reading a book. Like so I
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
learn how to like walk and cross the road because there was so much happening. So I wouldn't say I didn't
Mhm.
like it, but I was also Amsterdam. Actually, this is the thing that stressed me out. I feel like in most cities, you've got a mixture of restaurants and like attractions and shops, and they're all sort of mixed about. I found that Amsterdam wasn't like that. Like in
Mhm.
one area you had shops, in another area you had restaurants, in another area you had attractions, and
Like they have a compound for the same stores.
yeah, and it's such a big
Yeah.
city. We were walking like everywhere, and it was so confusing, and it was freezing cold, and I was like,
Hmm.
Amsterdam, you need to plan it
Yeah.
because you'll be walking forever. And I mean, my steps are up, which is great, but I was very stressed. But yeah, it was a weird one, that one.
Yeah. And what did you learn from traveling to different
Oh,
countries?
I learned that the world is brilliant
Uh-huh.
and like there's so much to do.
Uh-huh.
And you just gotta say yes to everything because I feel like you meet the best people and you learn different cultures. I feel like it definitely opens up your mind and it
Mhm.
motivates me more to do more in life so I can like be a better person.
Mhm.
And you do
And
things like
which way you became a better person because of traveling?
I feel like it gives you just a fresh like perspective of life and how like you're so lucky to do these things. And so when you go back home, you got to take you can't like I feel like we take things for granted and need to appreciate things a lot more.
Mhm.
And it makes me want to learn more languages, travel to new places, meet more people, and yeah, especially Cyprus taught me a lot because the locals were so lovely and they really cared about you. And like I had about 10,000 like grandmothers over there because everyone was so nice. And
Yeah.
it made me think like oh, like the little things, it doesn't take a lot to please them. Like they're happy with the basic like necessities and they make the most out of it. And I was thinking, wow, like there's a lot of materialistic things in England that we think we need when we don't. And it makes
Mhm.
you appreciate things a lot more, definitely.
Yeah. And which countries do you plan to visit in future?
Okay, I've got a list. So my list for this year is Paris,
Wow.
Prague, Budapest, Lisbon, and yesterday me and my friend decided that we're going to go to Dublin,
Wow.
in Ireland, at some point. So yeah, hopefully, and hopefully you can go to Turkey as well, and
Yeah.
I can listen
I
all
hope
about
so,
it.
yeah. Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so much. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I enjoyed a lot. Actually, I felt like I've been with you in this journey, you know?
yeah, exactly. It's nice to talk about these experiences and stuff, and like, yeah, we're going to go to Turkey. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I
it
need to
is.
come to Egypt. My goal is to come to Egypt because my granddad used to live
Really?
there.
Oh,
Yeah, so I
wow.
really wanna
Yeah.
go. So I'll let you
Okay.
know.
So I want to thank you. So yeah, thank you, Molly. Thank you so
No,
much
thank you
for
so
sharing your
much, Esmail.
experience and hope to
Yeah.
meet you again. Yeah.
Yeah. See you
Bye.
later.
Yeah.